Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we will be doing the review for the Apple Watch Series 3 in 2020. So this is the Series 3 right there. It's a 42mm version in the aluminum case. Now this is the baseline GPS version and not the cellular version. So you can pick up the Series 3 brand new from Apple for approximately $199. Now again, that's the price of the base GPS version. If you'd like the cellular one, you will have to spend a little bit more. Other than that, the only other Apple Watch you can pick up brand new from Apple is the Series 5. So the Series 3, looking at durability, I have to say that I've been using the watch for approximately an entire year, all day, every day. And durability, it's held up extremely well. Now, I've been quite careful with the watch. I haven't dropped it or abused it in any way. I have been taking care of it as I do on my devices. But despite that, I have just two little chips right there on the aluminum housing. But again, that comes down, I guess, to normal wear and tear. As you can see, I do not have any case or any screen protector on it. So again, with normal dust and dirt and grime, I guess that is going to happen eventually over time. Looking at the display though, it's held up extremely well. I do have just one tiny little scratch right there. I'm not sure whether you guys can see that, but it's right there. Now again, that is completely my fault. I kind of dinged the watch against a brick wall, so that is the only reason that that scratch is there. But other than that, as you can see, the display is pretty much flawless. I do not have any other scratches whatsoever, and have been using it without any kind of screen protector throughout the year. The only other issue I've noticed with the display is that I've got these two little white spots under the display right there, and really don't know how that came to be. It isn't cracked, or I don't know if it's just dirt or dust, but those two little spots are under the glass panel. So that is again something that I've noticed quite recently. Now moving on to the display. The display on the Apple Watch Series 3 is fantastic. Now it's not an always on display, but it is OLED, and frankly, it's quite visible in outdoor bright sunlight. You're really not going to have issues regarding that. And since it's OLED, the vibrancy of the colors are also quite good, and it's quite easy to even read notifications and messages on this display. So the display, I have to say, is again quite good even in 2020. Looking at performance, now the Series 3 is still supported by Apple with software updates, and since Apple normally supports all of their devices for a minimum of 5 years, I can easily see the Series 3 being supported for another 2 years at the minimum. So right now we are running WatchOS 6.1.3, so you can expect updates for WatchOS 7 and WatchOS 8. Now looking at the performance has been quite smooth. Now you're not going to notice the difference between the Series 3 or the Series 4 or the 5 unless you're going to hold them side by side and start opening applications. Now, yes, the Series 3 does take a few seconds to open up applications which you haven't opened in a long time. It does take a couple of seconds, but again, that's frankly not going to be an issue for most people, as you can see. So it does take a couple seconds, but again, I really don't think there's going to be an issue. The performance has been really good. The watch is quite smooth, and I've not noticed any lag or slowdown, as many would say, on the Series 3. Apple's done a really good job optimizing WatchOS to work on this older hardware from 2017, and that's pretty good in my opinion. Now, other than that, in terms of features, now the WatchOS 6 did bring quite new features, and the Series 3 does get the App Store. You also do have cycle tracking for women and a couple of other features, but the only feature it does miss out is the decibel meter. So that is something you do not get on the Series 3, but the Series 4 and 5 do get that feature. Now, again, based on this premise, as we move ahead, WatchOS 7 and WatchOS 8, the Series 3 will be losing out a couple of features, but Apple mostly brings the important stuff to the Series 3, so I really don't think you guys have to worry about that. Now, looking at features, you do lose, especially when it comes to health. The Apple Watch Series 3 does give you the option to measure your heart rate, and also does notify you in case you do have a really high heart rate and things like that. But you do not have options for ECG, you do not have options for fall detection, you do not have the ability to automatically dial emergency services. You also do not get the ability for free international emergency service dialing. So those are some of the drawbacks in terms of features on the Series 3, whereas you do get all those features on the Series 4 and the Series 5. However, in terms of emergency services, you can just press the button and you do have the pop-up to call on emergency services. Now, looking at battery life, the Series 3, if you're someone who just using the watch for a couple of calls and notifications, you're not going to have an issue. You can easily get throughout the day. But if you're someone who takes the watch off from its charger early in the morning, uses it for a good workout run, and then continues to use it for notifications throughout the day, you will have to top it out at least once throughout the day. Other than that, the battery life on Series 3 has been holding up extremely well, even after 1 year of usage for 2020. And I have to say that Apple's done a really good job optimizing WatchOS to get the most out of the battery for the Series 3. Now, looking at the options, as I said, guys, you can pick up the Series 3 in the GPS version or the cellular version. But again, there many people have said that the cellular version, the battery life on the cellular version, isn't as great as the battery life on the GPS version. So that is something you'd have to keep in mind again if you're looking at picking up the Series 3. But if you want really good battery life, I would again suggest looking at the Series 4 or the Series 5, since those have been optimized to hold the battery really well even during calls. Now, one more thing I would like to mention regarding the cellular version is that the overall calling feature, even on this, you can still take calls on the GPS version, but you will need to have your iPhone connected and nearby to take calls. Now, again, the calling experience on the Series 3 isn't as great when you compare it to the Series 4 or the Series 5. Now, the speaker on the Series 3 isn't as loud or as clear as the ones you get on the Series 4 or the Series 5. So, this is going to be fine if you're taking quick calls, but if you're going to speak to someone for quite a long time, the Series 3 isn't going to be the greatest choice. You might as well just use your iPhone for a more comfortable and productive experience when it comes to calling. Just because that the speaker of the Series 3 isn't frankly that clear. Secondly, you do have a lot of noise, especially when you are speaking to someone in a noisy environment. The Series 3 doesn't do a great job when compared to the Series 4 or the Series 5. So again, if you're someone who's really looking at using the Apple Watch for calling, I would recommend skipping the Series 3 and picking up the refurbished Series 4 or the brand new Series 5. But other than that, guys, I have to say that the Series 3 in 2020 is sitting at approximately $200 is a really good deal, given that it's still going to get updates from at least minimum 2 more years. And given that performance is also quite decent, given the device is from 2017, you're not going to notice any lag or slowdown whatsoever. So I guess the right customer for the Series 3 would be someone who's just starting to get into the smartwatch game. And if you're someone who has an iPhone, there is literally no other smartwatch that works as seamlessly as the Apple Watch. And I would recommend to just pick up the Series 3 if you really do not want to spend a ton of money on a smartwatch. But again, if you're someone who wants those health features such as ECG, fall detection, automatic contacting of emergency services, good battery life, and a literally modern design, that would be the Apple Watch Series 4 or the Series 5. But again, looking at design, as I did mention, yes, the Series 4 and the Series 5 do have a slightly more modern design with a little less of the bezels, but the Series 3 is pretty much outdated right now. As you can see, you do have a lot of bezels. So pretty much the only thing you can do is go with a darker wallpaper, and that's pretty much going to solve that issue. So that's it, guys. I hope you did like the video. This was the Apple Watch Series 3 review for 2020. If you did like the video, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.